Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'll play this video, pause intermittently here and there to talk about things that are going on, to better explain what's going on, and talk about things that I think they're being done right and or done wrong. This video comes from Volusia County Sheriff's Office. There is no spokesperson for this video. This video was posted on their YouTube page on August 15th, 2022, and it's called Operation Cyber Scumbag, August of 2022. The description for this video says, 3 arrested after traveling to meet children for sex. 3 Volusia County men who tried to meet a child for sex found themselves in the hands of Volusia Sheriff's deputies instead, part of a nationwide undercover operation targeting online predators. The defendants arrested in Operation Cyber Scumbag each made clear in their chats that they believed they were talking to girls 15 years old or younger. Each defendant sent several sexually explicit messages, then followed through by traveling to meet their victims. Mark Anthony Fernandez, 26, date of birth 7/9/96, of Deltona, thought he was talking to a 12-year-old girl. Quote, "If we do this, you can't tell nobody," he texted her. When she wrote, "So my parents are going to bed soon," Fernandez replied, "Oh, okay, perfect." When he arrived at the meeting place, deputies took him into custody and found a box of condoms he had bought on the way. Christopher Allen Geske, don't know how to pronounce that, last name spelled Geske, age 32, date of birth 8/7/90, of Port Orange, thought he was texting with a 14-year-old girl. In addition to commenting on their age difference, and he said, quote, "I am like twice your age, LOL. He told her he would probably ruin you for all other men after me from being so good." What the fuck? Gesk also brought condoms and a change of clothes to the meeting. William M. Baldwin, age 30, date of birth 1/13/92, of New Smyrna Beach, thought he'd found a 15-year-old girl and told her, quote, "This is my first for trying to chase after, take the virginity of, and love a 15-year-old. When he was arrested, he was still holding a cell phone displaying his chats with the undercover unit. Each defendant was charged with using a computer to seduce, solicit, lure a child, traveling to seduce, solicit, lure a child, attempted lewd and battery, and use of a two-way communication device to commit a felony. Baldwin was also charged with possession of methamphetamine. While the children in these cases were undercover detectives, Volusia County has seen child victims targeted by predators online. This operation occurred a week after an online predator, 24-year-old Tyler Thompson, was sentenced to 40 years in prison after a Volusia Sheriff's deputy tracked him to an Edgewater motel room with a 13-year-old girl he met on Snapchat. "We're not going to stand by while predators try to lure kids away from their families to steal their innocence," Sheriff Mike Chitwood said following the operation. "Each of the cyber scumbags we encountered here was willing to take an obvious risk and meet with a child. I'm just glad they met our deputies instead." This operation was one of several nationwide coordinated by the U.S. Department of Justice Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, the National Sheriff's Association Task Force, the Florida Sheriff's Association Task Force, and the National Network of 61 Coordinated Internet Crimes Against Children Task Forces. Partners with the Volusia Sheriff's Office in this operation and other efforts include the FBI, the North Florida Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, ICE, Brevard, Volusia Child Exploitation Task Force, the Department of Homeland Security Investigations, the Office of the State Attorney of the 7th Judicial Circuit, and the Daytona Beach Police Department. So, child predators are a problem. And so much so that realistically, for entertainment purposes, Chris Hansen, Dateline, NBC, so much of a problem that show came about. And actually, here in Bowling Green, my hometown, the To Catch a Predator came here, and there were some dudes who were caught here in this town trying to hook up with a little kid. So this goes on all across the nation. You will also notice that all across the nation there are teachers who engage in sexual relations with their students. There's a lot of this that goes on. A lot. Now, you never know about someone until they get caught. There could be people that you know right now who you would call a friend who are probably turned on by little kids. And you have no idea. You don't have the slightest fucking clue that they're turned on by little kids. So I fully support law enforcement operations like this. 100%, without a doubt. I support this kind of stuff. Some people may call it entrapment. If you want to call this entrapment, then as far as I'm concerned, you're a fucking pedophile yourself. If you want to bitch about how the police go about catching pedophiles, then as far as I'm concerned, you yourself are a pedophile. Alright, here we go.
That was a few years ago. Apparently wasn't. How late can you go outside?
And then you still go speeding.
As late as I want. My mom's drunk before.
Or just say your mom's out of the bar.
Saturday night, my mom's drunk already.
Alright, so this is where the behind the scenes stuff goes on in most cases. This is where they are connecting with these pedophiles online and chatting with them. Of course, these adults are pretending to be juveniles and talking to these adults. Now, there are various methods in which they go about doing this. They could simply create fake social media pages that are, very public. There's nothing locked down. Anybody can go and look at it. They could create profiles on like dating apps like Tinder and stuff and have a very obviously young looking girl on there to have these people, come around, sniffing around, so to speak, to catch them. Snapchat, things. There's different ways that these investigators go about finding these child predators, and it can also be like chat rooms and message boards and going to known sites where child porn is shared, stuff like that. So there's just multiple different ways that these entities go about finding stuff. Or finding pedophiles. And this is it. So you can see on the screen, they have the messaging thing going on. And once they find someone, they'll engage in conversation with them. And the investigators obviously are wanting to build a case, so they obviously say, they're underage. They make it very clear in very clear print, like plain as fucking day. There is no insinuation that the person they're talking to is underage. Like, they make it clear as fucking day. I'm 15 years old. Plain fucking English. So they make it very clear to who they're conversating with that they're underage. And then it goes from there. And then the person, starts, talking sexual shit to them and everything, and they'll play into it with them, and the conversation will go until, the meetup conversation occurs, and then they'll make plans to go meet up. Sometimes some of these predators will send unsolicited dick pics, so they'll send nude photographs to who they think is a 15-year-old girl or a 12-year-old girl or whatever, and probably even try and ask for nudes and stuff from the nude girl. Then it goes into the meeting phase where they talk about meeting up, how they're going to meet up, etc. And then this goes into the meeting phase where they catch the people who actually showed up.
Coming across, coming across, coming across.
Okay, so they chose to use a public place, like a gas station, as their meeting place. I'm assuming that, within the text message, the suspect has described what his vehicle is going to look like and everything. And I would say that probably they've been able to run his name through the database, bring up his operator's license photo, bring up his vehicle tag info, find out what vehicle he's going to be in. So they probably know a lot about this person before they ever get out into contact with them. And so they should already know what the vehicle is going to look like and what this guy's going to look like, and then they go do the takedown. So we can see that this officer here pulled his unmarked vehicle forward and parked directly in front of this truck. I'll back this up just a little bit more. So there is a gap here. There's actually a pretty good gap. Now, from the perspective of the driver's seat, it can be kind of hard to see exactly how close you are to another vehicle. But this is actually a critical thing to think about right here in terms of blocking someone in. There is enough distance right there to where the suspect vehicle can use that to their advantage and escape. The more distance you have between the bumpers, the greater the odds are of being able to exploit that and maneuver out of it. I would also suspect that there's probably some gap back here where his rear wheels are, so he could reverse some, cut the wheel hard to the left, and ram forward, knock this truck out of the way if need be, and then escape out that way. So if you're going to be utilizing tactics of blocking people in, kiss the bumper. Like, pull up and make that bumper touch. Decrease that gap. The more you decrease that gap, the more you decrease the likelihood of them being able to exploit that and escape. So he rolls up, blocks him in, then everyone else rolls in with lights and guns.
Coming across, coming across, coming across. Moving with you. Open the door! Just move up, just move up, just move up. I got him, go hands on. I got him, go hands on. Keep your hands up, don't reach!
Okay, I'm calling my girlfriend. Oh, please, please, please.
Watch his other hand, watch his other hand.
Please.
Relax.
Oh my God, please,
Stop
please,
resisting.
please,
Relax.
please, please, please.
Relax.
Oh, I do nothing wrong.
Relax.
What happened?
Relax.
What happened?
The other
You're
hand
fucking
right over.
pedophile. That's what happened, bitch.
Please.
Relax.
No,
We'll work it out for you, man. Just
No,
relax.
man, buddy.
Car's good. Stay just like that. Stay just like that. Stay just relax. Relax. Stay just like that. Relax.
Please, don't.
Relax. Relax.
I'm relaxed.
Alright, flip him to the side. Hey, relax, man. Relax.
Okay, I'm relaxed.
You searching?
What's going on?
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Just pat him down.
Come on, man.
Let's just get him. Let's just get him up. Stand on the other side. One. I got you. I got you. Stand on the other side. 1, 2, 3.
Where's the crime? Leave that on. Just...
Yeah. Yeah. No. Get against the wall. Face the wall. Face the fucking wall.
What did I do? I'll tell you in a second. Do what you're told.
Hands on your back.
Hands on your back.
What's your name?
Huh?
Stop moving.
I'm not.
Stay right here. Stop moving.
I'm not.
Alright, we're gonna call what it's trying to, right?
Yeah.
Where do you live at?
Huh? Nowhere.
Nowhere.
I know where you are going to be living. In jail.
No, I don't live in Red John Road.
They still on here for a second?
What is Red John Road?
So that guy...
They still on?
Oh, back that up.
No, I don't live in Red John Road.
So he said, no, I don't live on Red Dawn Road. So, like I said earlier, when these people's names were given during that conversation phase, they've done the research on these dudes. They've ran them through the system, looked for criminal history, ran their OL stuff and their tags and everything. They got as much info on them as they could. And so they had probably pulled up a previous road that this guy had lived on, because he's actually kind of surprised, about the road that he mentioned or whatever. And also, this guy, I think, is the one that also had the meth on him as well. And based off the way this guy's acting, this is definitely not the first time he's been involved in the criminal justice system. He seems like a complete fucking shitbag. He looks like a meth head, and he acts like a meth head. The second dude, this guy, he doesn't seem like he's... And it can be really hard to tell, but he just doesn't strike me as the type who's been involved in the criminal justice system time after time after time after time after time. I mean, he could have probably had like an AI or a DUI sometime in his past or something like that, but I highly doubt he's out and about doing meth head shit like old dude that we just watched. And dude in the truck, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. He may not been involved in some other criminal shit in his life or whatever. But this stuff goes on all the time. Day after day after day after day. Grown men trying to hook up with little young girls. Stranger danger kind of stuff, like never met them before, and it's even people who know each other, that this stuff goes on. Within schools, just think about how many news articles you've seen about teachers being involved with their own students. It is it's an issue. I mean, it really is. People want to talk about gun violence and all these other things. Let's talk about pedophilia. Like that's a problem. Like, what grown ass man thinks that a 12-year-old girl is sexually attractive? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And this is something that, in my opinion, cannot be rehabilitated out of somebody. Someone who is attracted to minors cannot be fixed. It's in their head. It's in their brain. You're not going to change them any more than you're going to change the sexual orientation of a person. You can't go to a lesbian and turn a lesbian straight. You can't go to a gay guy and turn a gay guy straight. Can't do that any more than you can go to a pedophile and turn them straight. It's just not going to fucking happen. These type of crimes are where I say that people like this should be locked away for an extremely long time. if not forever. They have no place in society. None whatsoever. And these are just the ones who are caught trying to do it. Just imagine the ones that actually go through. The ones that occur. I'd say the ones that occur probably outnumber these arrests that occur of people who are trying to do it. Not really much else to say about tactics or anything. I would say with this one, when they yelled at him to get on the ground, he didn't do it. They should have made him get on the fucking ground. Like, you tell somebody to do something, they don't do it, make them do it. Should have face planted his ass on the ground. Other than that, not much else tactics to talk about or anything like that. More of a rant on the pedophilia stuff. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.